The camps are going to allow us to get our stacks because we do not have the best minion clear, and even with our 2, we're kind of saving it for the fight. Toss here, we're going to cast our ultimate, we get the triple root onto him, we jump in, we use our 2, and he's gone. Goodbye, Toth. What a do, skibbity boo! It's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we're going to be playing Bastet in ranked Joust. If you are new to the channel, I upload 6 to 7 times a week. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If you are a returning viewer, this video is 6 of 9 that is pre-recorded because your boy is on vacation. We're going to mix it up with a little bit of Joust, so let's go ahead and jump into Bastet's abilities. Starting with Bastet's ultimate, Bastet is going to summon 2 Guardians. These Guardians are going to follow Bastet, and whenever she uses an ability, the Guardians are going to add an additional effect. The Guardians are going to deal a % of Bastet's damage, and they're going to last for 12 seconds. Bastet's 1 is her Pounce. She's going to be able to jump to a location dealing damage, and for 4 seconds, she's going to be able to jump back to wherever she initiated her jump. While she's in this 4-second state, she's going to move 25% faster. If her ultimate is active, the Guardians are going to jump with her and deal damage. Bastet's 2 is a cone attack that deals damage over time. It's going to swipe, it's going to last 4 seconds, and if her ultimate is active, the cats are going to swipe as well. Bastet's 3rd ability is she's going to summon a cat and shoot it forward. If it hits an enemy during the dash, it's going to root them for 0.5 seconds. The cats are going to persist for 4 seconds, or unless they lose 2 health points. The cats are going to apply a 2-second slow, that is a 25% slow, and if the Guardians or her ultimate is active, she will shoot all 3 cats forward. The cat has 2 hit points. If an enemy god or a tower damages the cat, it's going to lose 1 hit point. If a minion damages the cat, it takes 5 damage ticks from a minion to lose a hit point for the cat. And Bastet's passive, whenever Bastet hits an enemy, she marks them for a brief time. Marked targets leave behind a scent trail that Bastet can follow, gaining movement speed. The scent is 3 seconds and the movement speed is 20%. In terms of the build, we're going to be starting with Attacker's Blessing, and then we're going to be going into Tier 1 of Transcendence. We're going to want to finish our boots and then come back to Transcendence. Right now, we're hitting the blue camp. We started on speed. Pretty normal start. We're going to make our way mid, and looking at the enemy team, Toth is a pretty squishy character. Oh no, we get rooted, we're going to have to fall back, we take a lot of damage, we're going to start popping our health potions, we get rooted by Kumba, shoot a cat on him, we're going to have to jump out. Terrible engagement, we just walked up to 3 people, got CC'd, and they just followed up on a lot of damage. Toth is a pretty squishy character, so we're probably going to want to try to focus him. We try to hit him with a cat, cat's going to stick to him, but we did not get the root. We get our 2 off onto 1 person. Ravana is also a pretty squishy character, but he has an ability that allows him to immune damage and CC effects. Kumba's pretty weak, but he has his passive, so we don't want to go on him too hard. We get rooted, but we're able to jump out. Off to a pretty iffy start, but we're going to back, play it safe. We have enough for the Tier 1 version of boots. That's not going to give us any additional power, just a little bit of movement speed. Ideally, we would want to back and get the Tier 2 version of boots. At least that way, we'd get a little bit of power whenever we backed. In terms of the leveling order for abilities, we're going to max out our 2, and then it's kind of up to you whether you want to max out your 1 or your 3. We're going to use our 3 onto this top. We get the root. We're going to hit him with our 2. We get a basic or 2. We jump. We're trying to stick to the top. We're able to jump back, and he was 1 hit away from going down. We probably should have stuck in there and tried to get the pick. Looks like we're able to get the Kumba passive. We take a little bit of damage from the Robin. We're able to get the pick onto Kumba. Chonga's able to get the pick onto the Robin. It's a nice cleanup. Damage is about to respawn. I don't think that Toth can really contest it. We jumped on the minions, which also put us in range of shooting our 3 at Toth. So we were able to damage the minions and get an ability off. We have enough mana for a 2. That is what we're maxing out, so that's what we're going to want to use on the minion. Or the camp. About 200-250 more gold. We'll have enough for your Tier 3 boots. Or we can just back because we don't really have the mana or health. With Bastet, you don't really want to hang out in lane too long. You don't have the best lane clear. and you're most effective whenever you're attacking through jungle. Whenever the enemy team thinks that the lane matchup is a 2v3, so they kind of overstep just a little bit, and then that's where you come in. Looks like the enemy team is going for the side harpies, or side camp. I play a lot of Conquest, so I often refer to the neutral camps, or the white camps, as harpies. We're going to make a play for our blue buff, which spawns pretty close after red goes down. This is going to give us some golden XP that we would not get if we just stayed in lane. Whenever you're playing Joust, you want to clear the wave and then try to rotate to some kind of camp. We're going to let Chang'e do the wave clear. We're going to save our abilities for anybody that appears. We use our ultimate, we get a triple stun. Ymir gets a freeze. We use R2, which the cats add an additional swipe. We miss our jump. Looks like he's going to be able to get away, so we're just going to jump back. Chang'e goes in, she's super deep, we're going to try to assist her. Robin uses his ultimate, we get the stun or the root onto the top. We're able to get the pick onto the top, we're going to fall back just a little bit. Robin is still sticking around, we just don't really have the mana to do anything, so we're playing it safe. Our teammates are still bopping, we're going to escort the minions into the tower. We probably could have gotten a couple basics off right there, but we're just playing it safe and falling back. We do need to buy. We're going to go ahead and hit these camps in between waves. I don't think Ymir is going to be able to full clear the wave by himself, so even if he uses his ability, it's not going to kill the minions, so we're going to have time to rotate back. We lost 2 minions, maybe? Definitely 1, maybe 2. We are going to go ahead and back. We did not want to back after getting the camp because we would have missed the XP and gold from that minion wave. You always want to try to back right after killing a minion wave whenever you have no camps to go for. Our red buff is almost up. And yes, we're referring to the neutral red buff as our red buff. Chang'e uses her immunity to avoid the Kumbhakarna. We get our root onto the Ravana. We miss our 2. We could try to jump in. We're going to jump in because Chang'e used her ultimate. We're going to jump out because Toth has his ultimate up. So close, but we were unable to finish the pick. We're going to loop around tower, see if he is still hanging around. Does not look like it, so we're just going to start looping back. Since we left jungle, Kumbha has overstepped just a little bit. We're going to cast our ultimate, use our 3, use our 2. We're going to go ahead and jump, get some damage off onto this top, and then jump back. Our damage camp is up.
Attack left lane. For jungle buff.
We're going to go ahead and get some damage onto the red buff. They are here to contest. That is a Ravana ult. We're going to use our 3. That gets a root. Ymir uses his ultimate. We're about to jump in. We're going to try to stick to this Ravana. Toth is casting abilities. We're able to get the pick onto the Ravana. We could have leaped out right after getting that pick right there, but we did not. We almost have enough money for Transcendence. Probably not going to want it back until we have 1400 gold. So Transcendence, once we get it online, it's going to give us 35 power, 300 mana, 10 MP5, which is the rate at which you recover mana every 5 seconds. And then it's going to allow us to start stacking. Each stack is going to give us 15 mana, and 3% of our mana is converted to physical power. So whenever you have the full 50 stacks, plus the 300 mana, that's going to equate to about a total of 75 power. So you're going to gain an additional 40 power once this item is evolved. And you are also going to gain 10% cooldown reduction once this item evolves.
Our allies are in trouble.
Enemies in the left jungle.
We want to try to play Joust how we would normally play Joust, except for we want to try to focus on getting some stacks. Whether that be picks on enemy gods or just cleaning up minions. We take a lot of damage and we just got back to lane. We're going to have to pop a health potion and fall back a little bit. We're going to jump, use our 2. And we get ulted by the Toth. Super unfortunate, but that is kind of a risk we are taking. Whenever we jump, they know exactly where we're going to return to if we return. So I jumped kind of thinking I'm going to get some minion clear, maybe get some stacks going, get a little bit of poke onto this Ravana. cast my abilities, not thinking about it. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna return. I return, and boom, there's a top ult in my face. We were able to get 3 stacks though.
An ally has been slain. On my way.
Ymir is chasing. We're gonna see if there's anyone we can assist. Robin's pretty weak. We do want to somewhat focus on clearing minions. Ymir is getting CC'd. We have all of our abilities, so if we want to engage, we still can. We use our 3, does not get the root on anyone. 2 hits from the Ravana, and it goes down. Our damage buff is up, but they have nobody in lane, and the tower's half health, so I think we can actually get their tower right here. We're going to throw a cat at the Kumba, get the root. That is a Kumba dash, I believe. We use our 2, we're going to go ahead and jump out. I tell Changa, like, get out of there. She's in between 3 people. I can't really do anything as Bastet. We needed Ymir there for her to really be able to take that engagement. We're going to go ahead and at least get the smalls from the red camp. If the enemy does come, we're going to try our best. We jump, we're able to secure it. We get rooted by top, we take some damage. We do have beads, but I don't think that's going to be enough to get us out of here. We use our ultimate, we get the root onto 2, but top is able to clean us up. Ymir is able to get 1, gets the freeze onto the Kumba. Gets the 1 onto the Kumba, gets him into its passive state, gets sleeped. I think just the sleep is enough to allow Kumba to exit its passive. Ymir played it smart, just backed up, and is like, I'll get you when you're alive, and your passive isn't a thing anymore. Changa comes in, and that Toth should be done. That is a Ymir wall. After going into Transcendence, we're going to be going into Brawler's Beatstick, just so we can get some anti-heal online. We took a look at what the enemy team was building, and Toth was going into Bancroft's Talon. I think Toth is the win condition for the enemy team. If he can get ahead, we're going to be in trouble, but if we can keep bullying him and keep forcing him back, then we will probably win this game. Or at least they'll be less likely to win the game. Other options, you could go the Crusher or Jotuns if you want 20% cooldown reduction, or the Crusher providing some attack speed and some ability based damage. But I think Brawler's Beatstick is just a great item. We're still getting decent stats. We're getting 40 power, we're getting 10 physical penetration. 10 flat pen, not percent pen. And whenever we damage an enemy with an ability, their healing is going to be reduced by 40% for a certain amount of time. We're looping behind, we have our ultimate, we're going to get our triple root onto the Roth. He used his dash, so now we're just going to bully him. We jump over his ultimate, we got some damage off. He used his Aegis because we saw some immunity right there. Robin's nearby, we're going to use our ultimate. Cat's going to chase him down. We did not get the root. We use our 2. He's able to avoid it using his 2. Changa's able to get the pick onto the Ravana. We're going to aim for this top. We hit him with our cat, does not get the root. We're going to make it look like we're going into the jungle, only to reappear in lane. Ymir is looping behind. Looks like the enemy team is well aware of it. We cast our ability on nothing, and we're going to move to red buff. 25 stacks, so not quite there yet, but we are making progress. We can't pick up red because we're wearing speed. Speed disappears. Now it's time to go pick up red. We're going to go ahead and back because we have enough money for Brawler's Beatstick. There is another wave coming. Looks like we're going to try to stick around for that. Toth dashes in. We're going to use our cat on him. If we had our ultimate, we would have jumped on him. Although Kumba was there, and there's a chance that Kumba could have CC'd us. So we're just going to hold. Changa is our primary lane clear. We get the root onto the Kumba.
On my way.
We hit him with our 2, he dashes into tower, mezzes us, we get CC'd by the Ravana. We're going to jump out, Toth uses his ultimate. That was a good effort by the enemy team, the Toth ult just did not connect. So right here we might even be hovering the Crusher, but we're going with Brawler's Beatstick. And the reason we got beads this game is because of the Kumbhakarna. He just has a ridiculous amount of CC and setup. Ideally we would want to use it for his ultimate, but that's kind of hard to time. Our blue buff is down, so we're going to go ahead and clear this. The camps are going to allow us to get our stacks because we do not have the best minion clear. And even with our 2, we're kind of saving it for the fight. Toss here, we're going to cast our ultimate, we get the triple root onto him, we jump in, we use our 2, and he's gone. Goodbye, Toth. We just want to keep doing that to Toth all game. Whenever Toth's down, we want to do that to the Ravana. And I guess if Kumba is, below 30% health, we might take a look at him, but we're really just trying to stick away from Kumba. We're trying to find the openings where we can get to Ravana and Kumba can't get to us. Ymir jumps on him, we're going to jump as well. We get him into his passive state. A couple of basics and we should be able to get him. We get the pick. Robin uses his ultimate. We use our cat, gets the root, we're going to use our 2. We take a Phoenix shot, he's very weak. Toth comes, we're able to jump. Oh, and he makes it back to Fountain. So we're going to jump out. Luckily there's no Toth ult waiting for us. We have super high pressure, we might be able to close it out right here. Looks like we're going to play it safe and fall back, wait for the fire minions to come up to lane. We're going to strip away the enemy jungle. Our teammates are going down the damage side, we're going down the mana side. There is more XP on the mana side, even though we do want the damage buff. I don't think we strategically chose to go into the mana side, it just kind of happened that way. After going into Brawler's Beatstick, we're going to be going into Heartseeker. Heartseeker is going to allow us to start looking at Kumba a little bit more often. Heartseeker is going to give us some power, it's going to give us 10% physical penetration, and whenever we damage an enemy with an ability, it's going to remove a percentage of the enemy's health. We have our ultimate, we're looking for the enemy team. Kumba's running backwards. We don't see anyone here. We might go onto the Kumba. We're just going to let him back. It's probably not the best engagement. We might stall his back with our 3. Now that Ymir is here, we can fight it. Ymir blinks past the Kumbhakarna. We're going to jump in, get some damage onto the Ravana. Ravana uses his 2. Ymir is taking a lot of damage. We don't want to use our ultimate until we have all of our abilities off of cooldown. We're kind of just waiting, letting them bully the Ymir. And then we're going to come and dive Toth as soon as he oversteps. We get the triple tigers onto him. We're going to jump in. Ooh, the tick damage is able to get him. We're going to... Ooh, we could have jumped back right there. We would have taken some Titan shots, but we would have been closer to that Ravana. We use our cat. We're able to start getting some poke onto the Titan. Ymir gets a freeze. Chang'e gets some poke. We're going to jump in, get some damage. We get mez by Kumba. We root Kumba. We're going to jump out. We have our 2. Titan's below half health. I think we're going to be able to close this out here. Well, if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. The stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.